turned the ball over yet, but they have had a couple of costly penalties that stifled that first offensive possession.
Yeah, and you're trying to establish some type of rhythm early in the game and try to get something going with the sequence and how everybody's based off of that quarterback cadence and everything. When people mess up like that early in the game, it's not a good start.
Tony Shelby with the run again, and the sophomore has been very impressive in the early going as he carries the ball out to the 44-yard line.
Boy, watch this. Yeah, he's got a lead blocker. Now watch him. He follows that lead blocker, gets a good block on that linebacker, and then he gets out. If the referee would get out of the way, but he's running all over the place. By then, he's already in the defensive backfield and taking on those defensive backs. And boy, that's great. He's got great field vision, but he can also follow the lead back in there, as you can see.
Second down and just a yard and a half for the first for the Ben Davis Giants. And Clark will throw for the first time tonight. Pressured in the pocket and is going to be sacked. And that's just the 5th sack Ben Davis's offensive line has allowed all season.
Well, the play action pass didn't fool Carmel's defense a bit. Actually, if you see Clark now, he'll look to his left. See, he's looking down the left side. Well, you see Delbert Mims is running down the sideline, and by then it was too late. The defensive line for Carmel got to the Clark, but he was looking for Delbert Mims, one of the leading receivers, the tight end, down the sideline, but he just couldn't get it there.
Brings up a 3rd and 5 now for Ben Davis. Hand off to the second man through, and that's Shelby carrying the football again across the 45 to the 46-yard line, and that will indeed be good for the first down. Shelby's been impressive so far tonight, Barry, and Dick Delahan just ranted and raved about him. He's playing in place of Dwayne Hogan, and boy, I tell you what kind of spot was that, Barry? They're going to call that well short of where I actually thought Tony Shelby may have come down.
It looked like it was a good run. It looked like it was far enough for the first down. I don't think it was even questionable. And then all of a sudden, the spot comes up short. So the fans here at Ben Davis didn't appreciate that.
Interesting ball placement, but the Ben Davis Giants now, instead of a 1st and 10, are facing 4th and 1. So back goes Clark to punt. He gets a kick that Bobby Stevens will field at the 26. Some running room at the sidelines before being run out of bounds by Darren Phillips on the sideline. He crossed the 40 to the 42-yard line, and Carmel will have good field position to get things started.
Boy, special teams is so important in a big game like this, and he had a nice wall set to his left side, and he just used it so well. And he had a great block by Blaine Chasey, number 43, coming back inside, making this awesome hit. But good return, and like we said, special teams is going to be important here tonight.
So Carmel takes over 1st and 10, just under 5 minutes to play, opening quarter. No score in the ball game. Clay Walters to throw the ball behind his receiver. So Walters now 0 for 2 in the passing department. That time the pass intended for number 39, Ben Clark, the senior wide receiver.
And you see this offense for Carmel come out and pass the ball. Last time they ran the ball on 1st down, they came out passing, and he was looking for Ben Clark, number 39, and he was out in this like little cluster of 3 wide receivers, and what he does is go inside, and then he goes ahead and steps inside and then goes back outside, but the ball was not thrown on target by Walters.
2nd and 10. Walters hands the football off to Gabe Clemens. Clemens, averaging over 5 yards per carry, takes the ball to the 45.
And you're going to see a lot of misdirection plays like that, counter plays, trying to go ahead and trap some of those defensive linemen for Ben Davis. And like we said before, both of these football teams are showing a lot of different looks, different personnel, and a lot of the defenses, mostly the defensive fronts, will be moving around. So counter plays like that are going to be effective tonight.
Good look at Clemens there in his numbers, and he's lined up next to Lawhorn. They average 228 yards per game rushing, does Carmel, and now they're going to put it in the air. Walters under pressure, guns the pass in, and it's caught by Aaron Pining. Aaron Pining with the reception, his 14th of the season.
Take a good look at this now. You see Walters now. He'll look to his right now. He's covered. He's double teamed down the field, but he just comes down with the catch. And it's always good offensively to have a big tight end with good hands. And I'll tell you this, I know the coach appreciated that. He just wish it was a little bit further down the field.
Short of the first down on the 3rd down pass completion, and it brings up 4th and 3. Tim Seifert backed the punt, and he has gotten off a good one, but it bounces into the end zone and through the back, and that's where the Ben Davis Giants will take over. 1st and 10 from the 20. 3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter on the Indy TV game of the week.
I was trying to tell you, I think that was 52. 52-yard punt.
Okay.
Hey, I'll take as many replays as you want to give me. So, mostly on those counters.
It's a good show here tomorrow night at 6:30.
You do it already?
Some good stuff. Fire up your Indy TV tomorrow night at 6:30 for the stories of real high school heroes on Indy TV's IHSAA Monthly. Tomorrow night, meet Earl Hannaford IV, the outstanding record-breaking quarterback from Martinsville. Also got an interesting story on there from a place kicker from Griffith who is blind. You want to see that. And Rushville tennis star from Burundi, Africa, as the pass is incomplete on the first down play. Much more tomorrow night on IHSA Monthly. Tomorrow night, 6:30 on Indy TV. Outstanding high school student athletes. Very good show. Want to check it out. Matt Clark's pass incomplete on first down brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Ben Davis Giants. The wind really starting to pick up here at Ben Davis. They're talking about wet weather possibly moving in about 9 o'clock tonight, so that could be right around halftime. This could be an interesting second half weather-wise. Player in motion and movement along the offensive line. And Barry, was Ben Davis moving again up front?
I think so. And when you see the Carmel defensive line, they're doing a lot of shifting. I mean, it looks like they're not even in a stationary position when the ball is snapped. They're just constantly on the move. That's good coaching, when you can stay in a 4-point stance and be able to move even when the ball is snapped.
Well, they're going to say Carmel was the team that in fact moved, but
can't get in that neutral zone.
Carmel certainly didn't agree with it, but nonetheless, I don't believe the men in stripes are going to change their mind. I haven't seen that too often in sports history. Don't look for it tonight, do you, Barry?
Nope.
3.5 minutes to play, and Ben Davis advances 5 yards, so it's 2nd and 5 following the penalty. Shelby on the handoff. Pettigard tried to bring him down, but Shelby kept the legs moving and eventually took it past the 30-yard line. Good for the first.
Good blocking up front. Watch this offensive the tight end, block down inside. Look at him block that linebacker. That's what breaks this run for this running back, is the ability for the offensive line and tight end to be able to secure the inside attack by the defensive line or that outside linebacker. He was trying to crash inside. He just took him out of the play.
Shelby averaging 4 yards a carry, and he's been the main ball carrier tonight so far for the Giants. This time they hand it off up the middle, and it won't be Shelby. In fact, this time I believe that's Jeep Adams handling the football for his first carry of the night.
See, I think when you start running the ball and dominate running the ball, as both of these teams have been able to do, one's averaging about 219 yards rushing the ball, another one's about 225. That's a matter of pride, and I think this game is more than just winning and losing. It's a matter of pride of like who kicked butt, who's rear end, and that's what they're going to try to do up front. And you see Ben Davis still trying to hammer away, try to establish some type of running game.
Clark on 2nd and 9 with Graham in motion. Little play action pass out into the flat for Jeep Adams, just past his outstretched fingertips, and it's incomplete. We'll bring up 3rd down.
A little wrinkle by Ben Davis. Now, earlier in that first series, they ran that counter. We're going to see it again. Now watch this. This is the same running play they ran in the first series, but this time the quarterback fakes to the running back, goes out on a naked bootleg. That means nobody's blocking for him, and it's good pressure by the outside linebacker for Carmel getting the quarterback to go ahead and throw the ball, but he was looking. He was wide open, the running back out of the backfield.
That was Matt Robinson on the pressure. Clark to throw the ball again, and he's going towards the near sideline. Pass intended for Doriel Walker, but it's out of bounds, incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And that's one of the tough guys on Carmel's football team is Matt Robinson, number 77. He's 6'3", 244 pounds, and Jim Belden loves this guy. He's just tough. He'll knock heads with you, but did a good job at staying home and not going for that running play and trying to make the play on the opposite side of the field, but he goes ahead and does his responsibility and forces the quarterback to pass the ball.
Matt Clark will boot the ball from his own 20-yard. Bobby Stevens calls for the fair catch. Just past the 40, and that's where Carmel will take over, 1st and 10. Hey, should there be one state champion in Indiana high school basketball, or is high school basketball ready for a multi-class tournament? Don't ask the folks over here at Ben Davis, because they are reigning state champions, Steve Woody and company. But you want to fire up your NDTV for the Mike Pence Show Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Watch the experts square off. High school basketball on the Mike Pence Show tomorrow night at 6:30 on NDTV. And what a discussion that has sparked over the year. Should the sports go to a class system? Hand off to the second man through in the I formation, and that's the tailback, Gabe Clemens. Clemens takes it back to the line of scrimmage at best, and it'll be 2nd down and long. We'll give him a yard, and call it 2nd and 9.
Ben Davis doing a little moving too. They're not just going to sit there in that vanilla type defense. They're going to move around. You see the strong safety moving inside and out. There's going to be a lot of disguising too defensively to what the coverages are. A lot of times they'll have dual calls, one side man-to-man and the other side being a zone defense. So everyone has to pay attention, and Carmel knows that too, so they're going to try a lot of different things.
Walters throws the football for Stevens, but Stevens can't hold on to it. Defensively, the Ben Davis Giants had a couple of representatives there to make sure that he heard footsteps coming his way.
Well, Stevens has to come down. He's the leading receiver. He's got 23 receptions for over 400 yards, and he's got to come down with that. The ball is nicely thrown right in his hands. He knows he's going to hit. He's just got to concentrate and bring that ball down with him.
Reggie Robinson and Jason Holock over there defensively for the Giants. And now Clay Walters will bring Carmel to the line with a 3rd and 9 staring them in the face. Walters more comfortable in the offense this year, and he needs a big play here. So far, each team has just traded punts. Walters to throw. Can't find a man, and now he lets it go, but it's incomplete. Pass intended over the middle that time for number 86, and that's Joshua Trissler, and that's the 2nd time Trissler has been the target.
Good coverage downfield by Ben Davis. The linebacker dropped in the zone area in the middle of the field, which took away his tight end, and Walters didn't know where to go with it. He double clutched it and tried to force it in there to the wide receiver, but good coverage downfield by Ben Davis on the tight end.
Walters just 1 for 5 for 3 yards. Not the kind of start he was looking to get off to tonight. Fair catch called and made for by Darren Graham of Ben Davis, and that's where the Ben Davis Giants will take over, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Let's go down now on the sideline. Kevin McGrath standing by with some info. Kevin?
Vince, Eric Heighton was warming up after that last series of downs of Ben Davis. Coach Dick Dullahan was not pleased with the way the offense is working, so he could be in there pretty soon. I think he's in there right now, ready to take a snap.
Exactly, Kevin. It is indeed Eric Heighton, the quarterback, the new quarterback for the Ben Davis Giants, and he hands the ball off up the middle. Jeep Adams on the carry. It's an interesting situation between Heighton and Clark. Heighton had started every game this season, and then a couple of games back in the Decatur Central game, he threw an interception that Coach Dick Dullahan did not like, and he promptly found himself on the bench the next week. Heighton throws this time, and it's the screen. Still on his feet. Dwayne Hogan. He did not get the start, but he's making the most of his appearance the first time he touches the ball, and it's on the screen pass for plenty of yards.
Well, he's been sick earlier this week, but you can't tell that right now. Now watch the screen to your right, to the right of your screen. Nice sell job by the offensive line. Right there, I mean, a linebacker had him, and he's got the strength and the speed to overpower some of these tacklers, and it takes more than 1 or 2 guys to bring him down.
Those were 3 missed tackles right there. And here's Hogan on the run this time. Takes it to midfield. And Ben Davis has now gotten a spark from their second quarterback, Eric Heighton, and their second running back, Dwayne Hogan.
Well, you can see why Dick Delahan wanted this kid back in the game. Even though he was trying to be careful with him because he was sick, he missed a couple days of practice, and only fair if he doesn't practice, he doesn't get the start.
Into the first quarter, and Ben Davis is on the move. The Giants marching. The ball stands at the 50, and we'll take a break and return, see if BD can break the scoreless tie on the NDTV Game of the Week. Carmel streak continues. Have not allowed a point in the Can we get a shot of him out of the break? Gary or Joe?
Hey, Byron.
Can we get a shot of Clark out of the break, and then we can say, hey, he's not playing quarterback, but he is the wide receiver?
NDTV's Game of the Week is brought to you by your local Indiana dairy farmer. Winners drink milk.
First play of the second quarter, the Ben Davis Giants with the football at the 50-yard line, and Ben Davis has been on the move so far thanks to quarterback Eric Heighton, and Heighton with a pass over the middle, and that one clearly dropped, and it was right there, intended for number 80, Doriel Walker.
Well, you see both teams come out on first down and trying to mix it up a little bit, they're trying not to be so predictable running on first down. So this time Ben Davis comes out with a naked bootleg, and he had his receiver, and you see both of these teams having trouble coming down with the passes.
Ben Davis now running the no-huddle offense as well. Hogan on the carry into Carmel territory, taking it down to the 45-yard line, and that's good for the first down. Ben Davis will take over 1st and 10, or Ben Davis will can keep the ball with a 1st and 10.
Hogan does a great job at taking that pitch there, and he could take it inside or outside. It's up to him. He's got the speed to take it outside. That last play, he just took it back inside and got the first down.
Stay in the no-huddle offense. The fullback, Jeep Adams, carries, and he gets a yard at best before being hit and brought down at the line of scrimmage. Nice hit by Eric Miller, the defensive tackle. Good look at him there, number 55. And this no-huddle offense may take some of the wind out of these Carmel defensive linemen. Heighton setting up the screen again. It's to Hogan. This was the play that went for the big chunky yardage last time. Penalty flag down, and this one may go back as Ben Davis picks up a couple at best.
Well, those offensive linemen, they're trying to sell the pass, but a lot of times, I mean, they aren't dumb. And the defensive linemen can figure that out. And what they do is they get over there, and the offensive linemen are trying to hang on. Now, you see to your left, right there, that's the holding call right there. The offensive tight end downfield trying to make that key block, but you can't grab onto anybody.
Let's take a look at the first quarter numbers. Produced a scoreless tie. In fact, Carmel did not even have a first down offensively, and really some insignificant numbers there, except unless, of course, you're looking at the fact that they happen to be so small.
Yeah, believe it or not. I mean, like we talked about, Carmel's defense again after the first quarter has not allowed anybody to score on them.
Good look there at Matt Clark, who started the game at quarterback and is now playing wide receiver. Heightened to throw, and he's being pressured, and he's going to be brought down. Defensively for the Carmel Greyhounds, Ben Falk, the 5'10", 180-pound senior, darting in for the sack. And that's the second time that the Ben Davis quarterback has been brought down tonight.
That's right. Watch the right side of your screen. Falk's coming now. Good coverage downfield, but he just breaks through and makes a big play behind the line of scrimmage for a sack.
3rd down and 35.
Well, both of these defenses
is a passing situation.
Yeah, I would say they're going to try to pass it. And again, a draw wouldn't be a bad call either, but you see both of these defenses playing well.
It's going to be a quick kick, and it's blocked. The quick kick is blocked. The ball is on the ground, and it's finally picked up by the Carmel Greyhounds. Well, there's the big play that we've been talking about and waiting one of the teams to deliver. And Carmel has done it with the blocked kick. Now watch it. They'll toss it quickly back to Moffitt, who will give it the boot, but there's a hand that comes in and gets on it. And that's number 56, Barry, and that is Billy Brown.
That's a good job by Billy Brown of coming inside and going ahead, putting his hand up here. Ben Davis trying to make the quick kick, try to get that field position and try to fool this defense for Carmel, but just a good heads-up play by the outside linebacker coming in and putting his hand on the ball.
Stevens goes in motion, 1st and 10 for Carmel from the 27. Clay Walters keeps it, is run out of bounds. Chased down by Delbert Mims. And that gives you some indication of Mims' speed from a defensive end spot. He chased down the quarterback, Clay Walters.
Well, he's done that before many a time. Watch number 49 loop around. He's going to hunt down Walters. Walters has already got the, it looks like he's got the sideline, but no, Mims goes ahead and uses that pursuit angle and makes the tackle on the sideline and holds him short of the first down.
Ball placed at the 22, so it's 2nd down, and a good look at Clay Walters' numbers and what he's done on the ground this season for the Carmel Greyhounds. Walters on the quarterback draw. He's going to have the first down at the 16. Nice smart play there from Carmel's offensive scheme.
Nice mix up there. What he does is he sets back up. You'll see him set up, try to sell the pass with a 2-step drop, and then takes it back inside and gets himself the first down. That's all it takes, is just finding those yard markers and getting past them and get the first down. But good call by the offensive coordinator for Carmel.
That's Carmel's first down of the game. Greyhounds with the ball at the 16. That play went absolutely nowhere, Barry. Shannon Polk carried, but was hit behind the line of scrimmage, and that's a loss of yardage.
Marcus Allen, number 51, 6 foot, 256, and he's only a sophomore. There's a good look at him. He led that attack. He's a big guy right there. Now watch him at the top of your screen. He's going to take on the defensive line and come up and just stuff that running back. Look at that. He's got a hold of him, and there's no way he's going to get away from him.
How about Adams? 5'11", 256 pounds. He's just a sophomore, folks, right there in the middle of your screen, number 51. Dick Delahan's going to have him around for a couple of more years. Walters to throw the ball. He goes on the far sideline for number 86, and again, that's Trissler, and Trissler cannot hold on, and it'll be a 3rd down now situation facing Carmel, 3rd and 11.
You got to think, as a quarterback, Eric Hayden, I mean, the defensive line are getting some penetration from Ben Davis, so Walters has to go ahead and make that adjustment on the line of scrimmage, read the defense, and then make the correct read.
Timeout on the field. Jim Belden and the Carmel offensive brain thrust will talk it over, and we'll take a break. It's a good one. Scoreless tie so far. Ben Davis and Carmel on the NDTV Game of the Week. Do we want to do this coming out of the promo or coming out of the break? They didn't. The horseshoes. Okay, they are going to do it. Orland, we are going to do it. We are going to do it. Thank you. Okay.
They look good up there.
Yeah, they did. It's a nice looking shot, isn't it?
Floyd. They make big paper. Big paper.
Look, Aaron's not getting quite the kick out of it.
I know.
Floyd and Sean
Let's go, man. They make so much more than me. His time will come.
Join us tomorrow night, 2 times, 7:30, and by popular demand again at 11 o'clock for Hanging with the Horseshoes, a trio of Colts receivers, Sean Dawkins, Floyd Turner, Aaron Bailey. Join us tomorrow night, Hanging with the Horseshoes, 7:30, right here on Indy TV. Walters to throw, and he's got a man. It's Stevens inside the 10-yard line. Will be short of the first down, and that will bring up 4th down. And let's see what the Carmel Greyhounds do. They have not attempted to kick many field goals. In fact, just 1 of 2 field goal attempts this season.
See the 2-step drop there, and all Stevens does is goes and finds the dead area in the zone. They're playing like a slot formation. The slot man goes outside, and Stevens comes back inside, and there he is.
Carmel's going to kick the football. Mark Tapple on for the field goal. They'll place it at the 16, so he's looking at a 26-yard field goal. And there's a good look at Bobby Stevens, who was on the sidelines trying to shake some of the feeling back into his hand, but Tapple will line up for the field goal attempt. And there's a penalty. Well, that is going to be a costly one, Barry.
That is very costly. That's a first down for Carmel if it's against Ben Davis.
I don't think there's any doubt that it's against the Ben Davis Giants, and Dick Delahan is not going to be happy with that, because that gives Carmel a first down, and that puts the offensive unit back on the field.
Seeing a lot of mistakes by Ben Davis offensively. They've had a couple penalties, and then defensively, that's the most costly one they've had. And I know we talked to Dick before the game. You just hate to see your football team kill themselves, mostly in a big game like this. And Dick was just saying, God, we've got to minimize these penalties and not kill ourselves. And that was the most costly, besides, you know, the fact that that quick punt, and Carmel gets the great field position.
Well, the Greyhounds have it inside the 5 right now with a 2 tight end situation and 3 backs in the backfield. Gabe Clemens, the second man through in the I formation.
And they show you a lot of different formations. That was a power I, and normally you think out of the power I that you want to go to that extra back side, but you know, Carmel again shakes it up. See the left side, that power guy, but no, they go the opposite side. A little confusion on Ben Davis's part, but really good fill by the linebacker of just stepping up, number 23, Jeep Adams, going ahead and making a tackle. But you'll see a lot of that tonight, a lot of different formations, a lot of different personnel.
Clemens lines up in the slot now, and the football is handed off to the second man through, and a huge hit by the Ben Davis Giants, and that is number 72, Mark Zachary.
Boy, Mark Zachary just, look at the size of this guy, 6 foot 257. He just goes through. Carmel forgets to block him. He just shoots the gap, and that's what you want from your defensive lineman. Go ahead and sell out in those gaps and make a big play, and that's what Ben Davis just did.
Excellent defensive play for Mark Zachary, 6 foot 257 pounds. He has 4 sacks this season, and that was a big tackle for a loss in a key situation inside the red zone. It's scoreless, but Carmel's threatening on the Indy TV Game of the Week.
Can we see that replay on that? Oh, we already saw that, right? Okay. You got an end zone shot by any chance of that shot play? Yeah, where he just shoots through. Right there, right there. Yeah, let's see that. Show me that real quick before you do it.
Oh, nobody even blocked him.
There you go.
Untouched.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Can we have that one again? That's great. Great. What was that, a third? That was second down.
Yeah, so now it's third, and it was like 2nd and 4. What do you need?
Yeah, man, I'm ready, man. Go, baby, go.
Quarter. Justin Moeller carried on 2nd and goal from the 5, but Barry, someone forgot to block Mark Zachary, big number 72.
That's right. See the defensive lineman moving around. Zachary just lines up and it confuses the offensive lineman for Carmel. Nobody even picks him up, and he just makes a big hit in the backfield.
Here come the Carmel Greyhounds now with 3 wide receivers. Walters looking to throw. He's got some pressure. Ducks it under, and he's got the ball down to the 5-yard line, and it's going to be a 4th down situation now for the Carmel Greyhounds. And Carmel has yet to convert a 3rd down. The Greyhounds 0 for 5.
Good coverage downfield. Now you're going to see Walters look for his receiver. It's covered down. Then he gets some pressure. Then he tries to take it down, try to make something out of it. But good defense across the board for Ben Davis.
Tapple will set up for the field goal again. This is the 2nd time that he has been out on the field to kick the field goal. Remember, the first time Ben Davis jumped off sides, giving Carmel's offensive unit the ball back again. The field goal is up, and it is good. And the Carmel Greyhounds are the first team on the scoreboard tonight. The field goal from Mark Tapple. It was a short one, but big on the board as the Greyhounds lead it 3-0 over the Ben Davis Giants. Barry, is that maybe a little bit of a mental victory for Ben Davis, however, not allowing the Carmel offense into the end zone?
Yeah, they did a good job, even though they did make a mistake down there and let Carmel out of a longer field goal situation where they jumped off sides, they got 1st down, and they got a better chance of it. But yeah, they sort of redeemed themselves. They played pretty tough there, and yeah, there's a little mental victory in holding them out of the end zone.
Of course, this is the regular season finale in high school football. Next week, the playoffs begin. Fire up your NDTV next Friday night. The playoff games on Friday night. And note the special time, 7:30, the high school football game of the week. 1st round sectional action. Hamilton Southeastern undefeated, battling Muncie South Friday night. 7:30. Note the new start time next week on NDTV. The Carmel Greyhounds leading 3-0 on the strength of the Mark Tapple field goal. And Tapple will now kick. Ben Davis's offense set to get the ball back and try to do some more damage for the Giants. The ball fielded by Michael Adams, and Adams is going to be dropped inside the 15. Carmel's kickoff team doing a nice job of covering the kick, and the Giant offensive unit comes on.
Well, look at Michael McCoy, number 45, just come through right through the blockers. Right, look at that, just goes down there. He's got a mission, he's focused, he goes down and makes a big play.
That's exactly what those special team guys have to do. They've got to be those kamikaze type players.
Yeah, you got to go down there and like you want pain or inflict pain. Those are what those 6 guys do. Is they love to go down the field and try to make something happen and make a big hit.
Eric Heighton, the starting quarterback, or was not the starting quarterback, but he now is in the game in the reserve role, while the starting quarterback, Matt Clark, after an ineffective start, has moved out to wide receiver. That's Dwayne Hogan carrying the football, 2nd man through. Hogan with 9 touchdowns on the season, 8 of those on the ground and 1 through the air. Had a couple of big games this season, 159 yards against Warren Central and 171 against Decatur Central.
See Hogan just try to cut it back inside. Just good job by the defense at the point of attack. Just stuffing it up in there and making the running back go back inside where all your buddies are, and they help with the tackle.
2nd and 4, Ben Davis with the 2 tight end formation, and a man in motion is Graham. This is a different look for the Ben Davis offense. Handoff to Hogan. He carries the ball to the 25. It's going to be very close to a first down for Ben Davis.
B.J. Hammer, number 79, the defensive end for Carmel, got some good penetration, but Hogan has not only the quickness and speed, but he also has the power in his legs, and he just powered through that play that could have been, you know, big for Carmel, but he just got through that tackler and got some positive yardage and got it close to the first down.
Good look at Hogan. 4 rushes, 22 yards for the junior tailback. 2nd and short. Hogan gets it again. He's got the first down and then some. Out to the 40 or out to the 35-yard line, and a nice little break for the offensive line to get Hogan a hole to squirt through.
Yeah, it's good job up front. Now you're going to see Ben Davis's offensive line do a good job at blocking. They're stunning up front for Carmel. He bobbles the ball a little bit, but he's following the lead back. But once he gets past there and gets into that open area, then he runs into those defensive backs. But by then it's too late. First down, but good job at concentration on holding the ball and also following your lead block.
Look at Hogan there in some pain on the sideline as the training staff attends to him for Ben Davis. Possibly an elbow injury. Looked as though that was the area of the arm they were looking at. 1st and 10 for Ben Davis. Heighten on the play action. Dangerous pass, incomplete over the head of everyone involved, intended for Delbert Mims.
It was actually a good decision on Heighten's part because he was being pressured. He had blockers out in front of him, but that didn't help very much. He got around them looking downfield, and good coverage by Carmel downfield, and he just threw it away. Now watch this. He's got a couple blockers out there, but good job by the defensive end of getting upfield, but he just sees that his guy is covered and overthrows him.
Heighten 1 of 3 through the air for 16 yards.
You know, as much as you want to throw that in there, try to force it in there, it's a good decision just to go ahead and throw it away because you get another down.
Ben Davis with 2 wideouts to the near side. Play action again, and it's Heighten again. Over the middle. Down near the 50. Delbert Mims again, and Mims is a good-sized target. 6 foot, 235 pounds.
What a great call by Dick Delahan. Watch this play action counter there. Now, good play action. He got the counter. Now he's got the choice of getting Jeep Adams in the flat, or he can go to the deeper pattern, which he does to Mims. But that was just great execution by the play action pass. It caught Carmel off guard, and they didn't pick up the tight end in the deep pattern.
Handoff this time to Shelby, and Shelby takes it inside the 45, down to the 42. Ben Davis's offense starting to hit on all cylinders, it looks as though now, Barry.
Getting a little bit of rhythm, that's what it takes. You get that running game going a little bit, and that opens up the play action pass, and you're seeing that happen right now. Dick Delahan probably getting happier as he keeps seeing Heighten work this offense, and now the running game, if he can continue this, it opens up a lot of opportunities, and you might see a little bit more passing.
2nd and short. Shelby with the first down. Still on his feet inside the 30. Well, whether it's Tony Shelby or whether it's Dwayne Hogan, we're seeing some effective running from the Ben Davis backs, and that's a credit to the offensive line.
And you're seeing good blocking up front. You're right. Look at the big hole up there. Good lead block there, but he does a good job at dodging that tackler, but it's too late. By then, he's already in the defensive backfield for Carmel, but good blocking up front for Ben Davis.
Delahan has really mixed it up tonight. Ran the no-huddle offense for a while. He's shown us a couple of different running backs, some different offensive formations. Heighten pitches it to Shelby. He's got Jeep Adams in front of him. Spins down near the 20-yard line. I like what we're seeing from this sophomore Shelby.
And you're seeing a lot of good mechanics offensively for Ben Davis. You see the quarterback Heighten go ahead and fake the bootleg, which holds a couple guys on the defensive line and linebackers. Hayden, see him, he goes ahead with the mechanics, but then you see Hogan, everything's jammed up on the outside. He just cuts it back inside, does a little spin here and there, and gets upfield and just short of the first down. But good run by Hogan, good execution, good mechanics by the quarterback, Hayden.
A minute 46 to play in the first half, and coming up at halftime, we'll go down on the field with Kevin McGrath, who, as he does each and every week here on the Indy TV Game of the Week, we'll talk with the athletic directors from the respective schools and give them an opportunity to talk about some of the things athletically other than football that are going on at both Carmel and Ben Davis. And we all know that they have outstanding athletic departments at those two schools. A lot of state championships have been won by Carmel and Ben Davis. In fact, they've won quite a few in football, and both feel they have the ability to put another one in the trophy case this year. Eric Heighton bringing the Giants to the line of scrimmage on 2nd and 2. Jeep Adams carries for the first down.
Jeep Adams on the first down carry.
Dick Delahan's going to like what he sees from his offensive group so far, Barry, in this last couple of drives. The Giants have really moved the football.
Yeah, he's got to be very pleased with the offensive line. They're doing a good job at adjusting on the line to Carmel's defense when they're moving around, showing those different fronts, and some of the defensive linemen are even off the line of scrimmage. So a lot of credit to that offensive line.
Shelby carries the football again, and this time he's brought down by Eric Hedegaard, the 6-foot junior linebacker. You see the clock ticking in the lower right-hand corner. Ben Davis trying to get some late first half points on the board and erase that 3-0 deficit. Eric Heighton, the quarterback. He's in relief of Matt Clark, who was not moving the team. Heighton throws it up for grabs. The pass is caught. They're going to say it's going to be caught just at the goal line, or they're going to put him in the end zone. Darren Graham brought down the Eric Heighton pass, and there seems to be discussion between the officials. Was he in the end zone for a touchdown, or is the ball going to be placed inside the one?
What a nice read by Heighton, the quarterback. Sees the man-to-man coverage, isolates over there with his leading receiver. You're going to see him just go ahead. He sees the matchup, that one-on-one. He lays the ball out there, lets Graham run underneath it. He makes a big play by making an adjustment in the air and coming down with the ball.
Blaine Chassie, the defensive back, was right there.
He really did.
But the throw was perfect, and you got to give Graham credit for getting the football. That's what receivers are supposed to do.
Good concentration, but good defensive position by the corner. The ball had to be thrown perfectly, and it was.
1st and 10 from the 1-yard line. Up and over. Touchdown, Ben Davis. Tony Shelby.
Well, the way they've been running the ball, I think it's safe to say that that's a great call down there with the lead block, and let the little guy go over the top. You'll see the lead blocker, and then all he's going to do is leap over the top. And in this case, nobody was really there to stop him, and he's in for the score.
Carmel has allowed only 14 points coming into this ball game in the first half of games all season long. So what an accomplishment that is for Ben Davis to just score any points in the first half against Carmel. And Jeff Poisel boots the extra point through perfectly, as he does almost every single time. And the Ben Davis Giants are on top of the Carmel Greyhounds 7-3 on the Indy TV Game of the Week. Take another look at the touchdown, Barry, and this is pretty elementary, up and over.
Yeah, go ahead and give it to the high jumper and just let him leap over the pile and into the end zone. That's easy, man. Look at the emotion out there on the field. This is a big game for both teams, and I am very impressed with how Ben Davis was able to settle down and get in the rhythm, get the running game established, then use the play-action pass, and then look for that one-on-one pass down that coverage down over there and try to expose that and take advantage of it, and that's what they did, and then they had that nice easy play over the top for the score.
Tony Shelby, just a sophomore. We'll be hearing a lot about him in the years to come, no question about it. There's a good look at Jeff Poisel, the kicker for the Ben Davis Giants, and he's had an outstanding season. He had a 57-yard field goal last week. There's Bobby Stevens on the returning end, waiting Poisel's kick. Hoysel boots it into the end zone. Stevens will not be able to return, and Carmel will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20 inside the final minute of the first half. Just 46 seconds to play. Maybe a little bit surprised, Barry, that we're looking at a 7-3 ball game here and very near halftime. Last year's game, I believe, a 41-33 contest. We've seen a lot of explosive games between these two teams over the year with outstanding big play capabilities. Instead, we see the methodical drive. 9 plays, 84 yards, nearly 5 minutes, and then it's the 1-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, you're looking for them to play this tough kind of knock heads kind of football, and then a big play will pop up. But good drive, 84-yard drive by Ben Davis.
Gabe Clemens carries the ball, and Carmel playing it safe here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, you look back on the big difference in this first half. It's going to be the way Ben Davis reacted down when their backs were to the wall. Defensive line just got in the backfield of Carmel and held them out of the end zone.
And I think, yeah, exactly. I think Carmel needs to score the touchdown when they get the ball inside the 5-yard line, as they did. When you get it inside the 5, you don't want to have to settle for a field goal.
Anytime you get the ball inside the 10-yard line, you should be able to convert, and you have to convert in a big game like this. And Carmel didn't get it done, and as we said, the credit to the defensive line for Ben Davis is shutting him out, holding him out.
Clemens with the ball again, and he's going to carry it on the final play of the first half. The Ben Davis Giants on a last-minute first half touchdown lead 7-3 here at halftime. The number 1 ranked Ben Davis Giants against number 3 Carmel, and it's close just as we expected. Albeit maybe not as high scoring as we expected, but we knew this one was going to be a good game from beginning to end, and it has been.
And we've seen this Ben Davis football team make a lot of mistakes during the year and come out flat and be able to have enough character to be able to come back and win games and be undefeated at this point. And you see this here tonight with them making a lot of mistakes, having some penalties, but yet being able to put together an 84-yard scoring
Let's go down on the sideline now. Kevin McGrath standing by with Dick Delahan.
All right, thank you, Vince. Coach, Heighton and Shelby really gave you guys a boost there.
Well, they're getting their money's worth, aren't they? I'll tell you what, this is everything that it's living up to everything they said it would be. I just hope we can execute the rest of the way. The block punt, the defensive stand by our defense right there, that was terrific. Getting us out with only 3 points. We tried a quick kick there, and that's a brain cramp on my part probably, but it would have been fine had our fullback blocked the defensive end, but he didn't block the defensive end. It was a stupid play, but I was trying to make a big play in field position thing there, but it just didn't work.
All right, well, good luck in the second half, Coach. All right, Vince, back to you.
Dick Delahan, and he taking the blame for that quick kick attempt. And you hear the coach take the blame, and you try to make those big plays, and he said it's a field position battle.
That's right. He made a good call. It just wasn't executed.
There you go. 7-3, Ben Davis ranked number 1 in the state on top of Carmel at halftime. Stay with us. The NDTV Game of the Week continues in a moment. Are we supposed to go upstairs? Okay.
On record in Channel 13, we take this opportunity to thank not only the students at Ben Davis, but especially our visitors from Carmel. Thank you very much.
Boy, that was a quick half.
It was a quick half. Hey, what's going on?
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Hi. Yeah.
How are you doing? Hi, Vince Welch. Good to see you. My fiance Maya.
Welcome back to Ben Davis High School, where the top-ranked Giants lead at halftime, 7-3, and Kevin McGrath standing down on the field with our halftime show. Kevin?
All right, thank you, Vince. Right now joining me is Lee Lonzo, the athletic director at Carmel High School. And Lee, we all know about Carmel's success on the football field, but there's a few other sports in the fall program that are doing quite well themselves.
Kevin, we're real excited, and this is an exciting time of year with all of our fall sports going. First of all, we've got our band going off tomorrow to the regional. We've got a great show put together by our band director, Dick Saucedo, and hopefully on to the Dome, the Isthmus State Championship. On the athletic side, our tennis team's a sectional champ, our girls golf team sectional and regional champs, and right now we have 3 girls teams ranked #1 in the state. That's cross country, swimming, and soccer. On the boys side, we've got 3 teams ranked in the top 5. Football, cross country, and I knew I'd do this on soccer. They're ranked #2. And we got a great volleyball team that's going after a sectional next week, too. So we're real excited about these fall sports.
So the Carmel tradition, they always seem to have good athletic programs there. It seems that this is no year that's any different than any other year.
Well, we hope so. They've had great regular seasons. Now we're into the tournament. We hope to have great tournaments, too.
And what I was noticing, how at 7:30, the stands on the Carmel side were just packed with people. They are just great fans of Carmel football.
Well, we're real excited. I pulled in here, saw a lot of fans out there in the parking lot tailgating and getting excited, and we sold 700 tickets for Bob and Chris, so we're real happy to be here and have great fan support.
I know there's something else you wanted to mention coming up on Monday. There's a big press conference that Carmel will be involved in.
Yeah, we think there's going to be some exciting news on Monday. We'd encourage everybody to watch the news on Monday night and look the paper on Tuesday morning. We think all sports fans in Central Indiana are going to find our news real exciting.
Okay, Lee, thank you very much for joining us, and good luck to you guys the rest of the year.
Thank you, Kevin.
Now we'll be joined by Bob Britt. He's the athletic director at Ben Davis. And Bob, I know that you wanted to mention a few of your fall sports that you have really going on at Ben Davis this fall.
We're really excited about our football team. They're very competitive, as you can see tonight. And, of course, Carmel's very competitive, and it's a great ball game. Our cross-country team is ranked 3rd in the state. We feel if someone would have a bad day, we could sneak in there and win a state championship in cross-country. Our volleyball team won the county. We feel they're going to be very competitive in the state. And our tennis team won a sectional. So, it's been a good fall for us, and we're excited about it.
I noticed the band behind us. They're getting ready to take the field. The Ben Davis Band has a tremendous tradition in their own right.
The band is generally always ranked 1, 2, 3 in the state. I forget how many state championships we won. At one time, about 3 years ago, we won 5 in a row. We think we have a good shot at winning it again. We have about 300 members in our band. That means we keep 300 kids busy and their parents busy about 9 months out of the year, because they practice all summer. They're just like our athletic team. They're going to get up. They come to play tonight, and they're going to Evansville in the morning and compete, I believe, in the regional, and then next week is the state finals.
So the band's making the same sacrifices that most of the athletes do.
Oh, yes. They work just as hard as we do, as the athletes do.
And there was something, let's get away from the athletic part of it, but something that I didn't know that is around, but a Spanish state championship, and Ben Davis has pretty much dominated it recently.
Our Spanish program, they have a state Spanish contest every year. Tom Alsop is a Spanish teacher, and he heads it up. And we've won 11 state consecutive championships in Spanish. And Alsop, you can imagine the guy just talks Spanish all the time and very excited all the time, and the kids love him. It's a great program.
Well, that's great. And there's another little program, the Giant Reading program, that the boys basketball team really takes place in.
Yeah, our basketball team during the winter, they go to each elementary. They go to each elementary one time a week, and they read to the elementary kids. And then the elementary kids are challenged to read so many pages on their own, depends what grade level they're in and what school they're in. And then there are prizes for them. And then at the end of the season, when we bring them all in to Ben Davis High School, if they read, like at the 6th grade, so you got to read so many books. If they read so many books, they get to come to Ben Davis High School and be introduced to the game, those kinds of things. So academics and athletics are very closely related, and we feel this is a way of helping the young people, encouraging young people to learn to read. It's very important.
Well, it sounds like a great program. Bob, thank you very much for spending some time with us at half, and good luck to you guys the rest of the year.
Thank you. We're excited about the TV program tonight, and this is going to be good for high school athletics.
All right, well, thank you, Bob. And we'll be back with more halftime coming up on the NDTV High School Football Game of the Week.
Testing.
Yeah.
Are we going to do this, then take a break, and then come back and do the night thing?
One of our band students' parents, Carl Gottlieb, who's an employee of Thompson, and helped to make this project happen. The day the television was awarded, Sean Cooper, last year's head drum major, was also awarded a $25,000 scholarship from the STAR program.
Okay.
Essie Fagan, program manager of communications and community relations from Thompson, will tonight be drawing
Yeah,
the
that's
winning
fine. The
number.
clock still says 12 and a
All
half
band
minutes.
students
So.
and boosters wish to thank the community for supporting this project.
You guys do the game from downstairs? Hey, how'd it go down at,
It went good. Did you get that tape?
you know what, it might be my locker, but
Okay. He wants in the middle.
Hey, and try to keep it high. I know.
don't ask me too much about the game because I just...
One of the things we're looking forward to is coming down for Midnight Mad.
Stand by.
Welcome back to Ben Davis High School, the NDTV Game of the Week, where the #1 ranked Ben Davis Giants lead rival Carmel 7-3. Vince Welch along with Barry Krause here at halftime, and a very special guest. You know, you don't play enough football that on your night off you got to come to a football game. Jim Harbaugh at the Giants Greyhounds contest.
Can't get enough, man. Gotta go
We
out
have a
and watch some
winner
high school
on
ball.
the television.
I'm sure your
as
girlfriend's
donated by the
happy to be
Thompson
brought out to a game on a Friday night.
That
Yeah, you know,
winner
most
is
guys would probably take it to the
Steve
Keystone Grill or a
Grady,
nice movie or something,
Carson
but
Wade,
I'm dragging around to high school
Greenwood,
football games.
Indiana.
But
She's a trooper.
Congratulations,
she is. She's a sport, and it's fun. You know, I love getting back, you know, watching high school games because these guys are having fun, and this atmosphere here is like a college game. It's awesome.
Talk about the big game this weekend with the 49ers.
Well, everybody's getting ready, and you know, obviously everybody relaxes in a different way on a Friday night. But you know, everybody's focused. We think we can win. We got to play our best football to win against the world champions. But it's gonna be honor. It's gonna be an honor being on the field with guys like Rice and Young and the world champions. So we're looking forward to it.
Does this football team feel more confident after coming off of 2 wins of, you know, beating undefeated football teams, then coming in and playing a good football team in your backyard? Does this football team now have the confidence it needs for this game?
I think it does, and I think everybody grasps the opportunity that's at hand. You know, a chance to really pull the whole city in. You know, having a good feeling about the Colts, and you know, what a way to do it this Sunday. I think everybody would be behind the team 100% if we can show them that we can compete with anybody in the NFL, and we're looking forward to that and making our fans proud of us.
Is there any truth to the rumor that's going around that you're running for governor?
No truth to that.
You could probably win it, man.
Shoot, I love Governor Bai. He's spoken to our team a couple times, and every time he comes in, you know, the guys just have a tremendous amount of respect for the governor. I'd do anything I could to help him. He's a great guy.
But Jim, this team looks like it's just rallying around you. You look like you're having a lot of fun. It looks like the football team overall is having a lot of fun.
We are having a lot of fun. I've never been in a locker room like it was in Miami. I mean, guys are hugging each other, and I mean, I just can't describe what a great feeling it was. So hopefully we can keep it going, and we have nothing to lose. Just going to go out and let it rip, like Ted says, and see what happens Sunday.
Hey, this week on Hanging with the Horseshoes, you know, we had your 3 pass catchers, Aaron Bailey and Dawkins and Turner on the show, and they were entertaining, just as you were a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I heard it had a little better turnout for those guys.
Well, you know,
Ladies and gentlemen,
don't take that
we're
personally,
here
Jim.
halftime entertainment.
I don't know.
But we appreciate you coming down there. It was a good time, and I think the fans have really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's a great show, and I was really impressed with how many people do come out for that, and you guys do a good job with that. I'd love to be invited back sometime.
Well, we're impressed with you, and we want you back, too.
Well, thank you very much, and looking forward to the second half of this ball game.
Hey, now we got to ask you now. I've seen a lot of press in the last couple of weeks about all the good things that Mike Dick is saying about you, and it's funny because it was such a featured item when you guys had your little run-ins in Chicago, and now it really goes to show that the coach really does care about the player, and he said some very supportive things about you.
He's very loyal, and Coach Dick and I have always had a good relationship, despite what people may think or want to believe.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, your marching Giants drum
we
major,
talked on the
Andy
phone this week,
Kistner,
as a matter of
Amber
fact, and
Garza,
he told me that,
Amber,
just
Zappi,
congratulate him on how he's
the
playing, and he also
village
told me that I was one of the toughest quarterbacks he'd ever seen play, and that gave me chills. You know, for Iron Mike Ditka to say that about me was just a you know, just a huge, I don't know, just great feeling for me.
You think that's easier for him to say when he's not your coach?
I don't know. You know, I just think. I mean, I have tremendous respect. It was an honor for me to play for Mike Ditka, and it was some of the funnest years I've ever had in football, and just a good feeling. I love the guy, and you know, our relationship has always been good, despite what people think.
Good luck tomorrow or Sunday against the 49ers, and put another one in. What a tough stretch, because right after the 49ers, you go play the Raiders.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier for us, but we feel like it's a great opportunity, you know, playing the best that the NFL has to offer, and this team's having fun right now and playing well, and hopefully we can continue it.
Thanks, Jim. Enjoy the second half of the game.
I'm looking forward to it.
And take me out to dinner.
Hey, you take me out to dinner.
Keystone Grill.
Yeah, you brought that up. Sounds good.
All right.
Now let's take a look at some of the sectional matchups coming our way next week, and we begin with the game that we're going to have right here on Indy TV. Hamilton Southeastern and Muncie South. And Muncie, a good ball club this year. Hamilton Southeastern undefeated, and that game is Friday night at 7:30. And remember, that's a new time and actually a new day, because normally we do the games on Saturday, but because it's the playoffs, it's the Friday format and the earlier start time at 7:30. And some of the other games around the state next week as well that we're going to keep our eye on. Lawrence North and Warren Central. We saw Lawrence North earlier in the year, and there's Bloomington South and Decatur Central, a team that we've seen. Decatur Central's only loss to this Ben Davis Giants club right here. There's the Hamilton Southeastern game. Franklin and Avon. Barry, we had Avon first game of the season. They've had a great year.
Yeah, they've got a good football team, and yeah, it's fun to be able to see them earlier in the season and see what they've developed into the latter part of the season, so we get another look at that team.
And Roncalli, #1 in the state in Class 3A, trying to win Sectional 22. They'll open up against Whiteland. Jim Harbaugh said before we go, we got to give his Western Kentucky Hilltoppers a plug. His dad's the coach there, and Jim actually an assistant on the staff.
Well, he loves his dad, and after every game, he talks to his dad immediately afterwards, and that's a neat relationship that a father and son can have, and he really listens to his dad.
It's interesting, because of a hiring freeze at Western Kentucky, his dad was not able to fill out his coaching staff, so he just put Jim's name down, and so in the offseason, Jim goes and recruits for him. Kind of an interesting story.
Yeah, that's pretty neat, and I wonder what he's recruiting. I don't know. He might be looking at quarterback. What do you think?
I bet. Well, we'll send you to the break with a good look at one of the best bands in the state of Indiana, the Ben Davis Marching Giants. #1 BD leading Carmel 7-3. We're at halftime, and when we come back, we'll hear from the General, Bob Knight, about tomorrow night's opening of the college basketball practice season.
What are we going to do now?
We're going to talk
About stats?
we'll do the stats, and the intro is Bob Knight. We're going to do the stats first. Is that right?
Don't let anybody walk past us.
What were the highlights? The touchdown and the field goal? Why don't we look, can we see that defensive stop that Ben Davis made and then show the Ben Davis touchdown? Remember when 72 busted
What was
through?
that kid's name? Dang, I should have brought him. Mark Zachary, that's it.
Welcome back to Ben Davis High School, home of the #1 ranked Ben Davis Giants, and we've got the kind of game we expected, a very close one, and maybe not quite a high-scoring game as we thought we might see tonight, Barry, but a good game on both sides of the football, and the 7-3. I think we're going to see a little more scoring in the second half, but I expect it to stay close.
Yeah, I see Ben Davis already establishing some type of rhythm in the first half. They struggled a little bit, made some mistakes, but they were able to get it back together and put it in the end zone.
Let's take a look at some of the big plays in that first half, and it begins with a defensive play for the Giants when Carmel had the ball inside the 5, Barry.
That's right, just couldn't get it done. Good coverage downfield. You see quarterback try to take it. It has to take it down and try to make something out of it, but good defense by the Ben Davis football team up front and defensively in the defensive backfield.
The Giants then took the football, and quarterback Eric Heighton continues to move the Giants as he came in off the bench to replace Clark. And this is a nice pass up and over for Graham, and he looked like he got it into the end zone, but they marked it at the 1.
And this is off of a great offensive drive, 84 yards down the field, mixing it up. And then Heighton finds that one-on-one coverage over there to his best receiver and puts it up there, and it looked like he was in.
Tony Shelby did take it over from the 1, and that was the touchdown. Shelby, the sophomore, who started tonight in place of Dwayne Hogan, who missed a couple of days earlier in the week because of an illness. But Hogan has played tonight as well, and he has been impressive this evening. And we look at the first half numbers. Ben Davis with the lead in the score, 7-3, and the rest of those statistics. How about the rushing yards, Barry? 110 to just 23 for Carmel.
That's the difference in the game. That's running the ball, which opened up the play-action pass where Heighton utilized his back end out of the backfield and also the tight end. But look at the time, too, off the clock. 14:50 to only 10 minutes. So there's almost a 5-minute difference of ball control, but I'm impressed with Ben Davis's offense, be able to struggle, make some mistakes, and be able to get back on track and be able to get it in the end zone.
Ben Davis, Coach Dick Delahan said we want to utilize the speed tonight, and we've seen that on occasion, maybe not to the extent that I know he would like to see it.
Well, you'd like to see him be able to open it up a little bit, but really this is a tough football game, going to be one up front, and that's what's happening right now is Ben Davis's offensive line doing a good job opening up a lot of holes, and Shelby doing a good job, and also Hogan of finding those holes. But right now you just got to take what the defense gives, and it's a tough game, and maybe in the second half we'll be able to see some of that team speed by Ben Davis.
Tomorrow is also a big day in the sports world because it's the opening of the college basketball season officially with the first practices of the year. And, of course, we'll be in Bloomington tomorrow night, hitting the airwaves at 11:30 for Assembly Hall. Midnight Madness, or as Coach likes to say, it's just the first practice. There's no madness involved. Some would agree and some would not, but indeed it is the first practice, and we'll be there to cover it for you live at 11:30. Coach Knight's comments about the first practice at IU.
One of the things we're looking forward to is coming down for Midnight Madness, and that's a concept that has certainly changed over the years. What's your take on that?
Well, Midnight Madness is your term. It's a practice for us. 4 or 5 years ago, or prior to that, I would have said that there is no way you're going to see me out of bed at midnight practicing basketball, nor am I going to have kids out here practicing. But then we had necessity's the mother of invention. We had a basketball clinic here that we could only hold on the first weekend of practice. So in order to give the coaches, we had about 800 coaches from all over the country here, and in order to give them a look at some things we wanted to do in practice and we wanted to show them, we had to have a practice at midnight and another practice late in the morning, like 10:30, for them to see the team work twice on that particular weekend. That was step number one. Then number two, I said, well, if we're going to have a practice and everybody seems to be enthused about that kind of thing, we'll just let anybody come that wants to come. And we had 15,000 people come to the practice. So that was how we got into the midnight practice thing.
Remember tomorrow night, 11:30 airtime. We'll be on from 11:30 to 1 a.m. with the first basketball practice for Indiana University. And I can tell you, I was down in Bloomington today, and you are not going to want to miss Coach Knight giving us the full, complete tour of the IU basketball facility, including the training room and where the team views game films and so forth, and also the locker room, and some very interesting comments from the coach. See that tomorrow night at 11:30 right here on NDTV. We'll have the second half of the high school football game of the week coming up next. It's Carmel and Ben Davis from the west side. Stay with us.
Sports Director Vince Welch and former coach Barry Krause. Vince Welch is the Sports Director for WNUI. Tomorrow night at 6:30, NDTV debuts its IHS monthly show. The show will have features from high school athletes across the state. The IHSA monthly show is done in conjunction with the IHSAA and is the only show of its kind. So tune in your TVs tomorrow night at 6:30 for the IHSA on NDTV. We do have one other special guest tonight in the press box. We'd like to present and welcome from what we're very proud of, the two-time 19.
NDTV's Game of the Week is brought to you by your local Indiana dairy farmer. Winners drink milk.
Welcome back to NDTV's Game of the Week. Carmel trailing Ben Davis 7-3 here at halftime. We're getting ready for second half activities. Vince Welch along with Barry Krause, and you see the two teams' captains meeting at midfield. Ben Davis contingent with a lot to cheer about so far tonight.
You know, Jim Harbaugh would love to play in this game, mostly on Ben Davis's sideline, because they've got the running game going, and he loves that play action pass. He loves to get in people's face and get on the perimeter and move around. So I know he'd love to get into this game.
It always makes it easier when you've got a nice running game to accent the passing attack, and we've seen that from Ben Davis here in the later stages of the first half, and we really expect it to continue in the second.
That's right. You got to give the credit to the offensive line for Ben Davis right now, making the adjustment on the line of scrimmage, because Carmel's not just sitting in a vanilla defense. They're moving around, showing a lot of different fronts. They got defensive linemen like the nose guard might be off the ball, maybe about 2 or 3 yards, which makes it difficult for an offensive line to try to differentiate or try to establish who is their numbering system, you know, and how and who they're supposed to be blocking. So Ben Davis making the correct adjustments up front, opening up the holes for Spencer and also Shelby.
Bobby Stevens will be back to receive the kickoff to get the second half underway. Jeff Poisel will boot the ball here momentarily.
That's actually Hogan. Hogan doing a good job coming in after being sick too. But I'll tell you, the intangible is the way this football team for Ben Davis has been able to, you know, stick together and stay within the game plan, and that has a lot to do with the coach Dick Delahan of keeping his football team calm and really relying on the seniors and the older players to keep this football team together and stay within the game plan.
Second half is underway. Poisel boots it into the end zone. Stevens will field, but in high school range, or in high school rules, you cannot run the ball out of the end zone, so the Carmel Greyhounds will take over 1st and 10 at the 20.
Well, I'm sure Jim Belden during halftime just said, hey, look, we're going to get the ball beginning of the second half. We've got to establish some type of running game, some type of rhythm. We haven't been able to do it. Offensive line, this is what we need. We need these guys, you as an offensive lineman, to just start pushing some people around and being able to dominate up front. They've been looking for that offensive line to do something tonight. They're big, 250 across the board, but they have not been able to control the defensive line of linebackers from Ben Davis.
Penalty flags are down. I believe somebody on the offensive front for Carmel got caught moving there, Barry, and they're going to back up the Greyhounds on the illegal procedure, and it's not a good way to start if you're a Carmel Greyhound fan.
No, mostly when you're, I think it's going to be the right guard watch if we get a replay. There you go, the right guard moving. And what he's doing is he's got his head down, and he knows the count. He just is not concentrating. And that's a mental error. And that hurts. That's 5 yards on the first drive of the second half.
Second penalty for Carmel tonight. 1st and 15. Hand off to Gabe Clemens, and Clemens takes the ball out to the 20, so he picked up 5 on the carry.
And you see both of these football teams trying to change up on first down. You start off with a running play, and then you come back with a play action or a pass. And Carmel right now coming out with a running game. They get forced into a first down and long yardage right off the bat, but they're going to try to come out and try to mix it up. They've got to establish some type of rhythm like Ben Davis has.
2nd and 10. Notice the offensive motion for Carmel, and that's something that they'll do to try to confuse the Ben Davis defense. Carmel does it as well as anyone in the state. Pass is complete. It's good enough for the first down. The ball squirts loose, but Aaron Peening had hit the ground first, and it's another reception for the Carmel tight end. Good enough for a first down.
Well, all that motion and movement, what that does is it really makes the defense confused right there. They're trying to pick out who they've got downfield, and Peening, the tight end, gets downfield, and he's open, and good job, good execution of getting the ball to him. But all that pre-snap movement disturbs the defense, and the defense has to make adjustments, and if they don't, that's the result of it, a first down for Carmel.
More of the same as Stevens goes in motion. A pitch to Clemens. Going to be brought down. Jeep Adams, first man on the scene for the Ben Davis defense. You know, the Giants defensive unit allowed Trinity just 9 yards in the first half last week. They didn't even allow 60 to Carmel tonight.
They're tough, and it starts up front. It's their front 7, front 8, dominating at the line of scrimmage, getting the job done. Carmel's tried some counter plays, and defensive line are getting some good penetration and disrupting those plays.
2nd down, Walters throwing the football. The closest man there was Tristler. Pass is incomplete. Will be 3rd down.
And Vince, you see the play action pass for Carmel isn't working because they haven't established the run. They haven't been able to get anything going on the ground, which really sets up that play action pass. When the defense is thinking run all the way, it's one thing, but if they have any kind of indication that they're going to pass the ball, it doesn't fool them a bit, and the play action does not work. In this case, it didn't fool Ben Davis's defense. They were all over that play, and they picked him up man-to-man down the field.
3rd and 7 from their own 37. Walters out of the shotgun. The rush is on, and it hits Tristler right in the face. Incomplete.
Well, Ben Davis comes with the blitz, and they get penetration. They get some good pressure on the quarterback, Walters, but Walters throws a nice pass. He sees the man-to-man coverage down the field, throws a nice pass to Tristler, but he just doesn't come down with it. Now watch this. They're coming from both sides, the outside. Ben Davis, pressure on the quarterback. It's a blitz. He finds his receiver downfield, and he just doesn't come down with it, and that's what's happened all night tonight is the receivers are not coming down with the catches.
Seifert will punt for Carmel. The ball's going to bounce, and it bounces by the punt return man for the Ben Davis Giants. That's Darren Graham, and it looked initially like Graham may have accidentally touched the ball, but he did not, and Ben Davis will take over 1st and 10. We want to remind you to fire up your Indy TV tomorrow night at 6:30 for the stories of real high school heroes on Indy TV's IHSAA Monthly. Tomorrow night, some great stories, including Earl Hannaford, the record-breaking quarterback from Martinsville and his grass-cutting profession. It's a good story. And a place kicker from Griffith High School who is blind. You want to see that. Also, Rushville tennis star who's come all the way from his native land of Burundi, Africa, hoping to compete in the Olympics in 1996 for his native country. That and much more tomorrow night, the IHSA Monthly, 6:30 on Indy TV. It's a good show. Hope you get a chance to see it. Dwayne Hogan on the carry for Ben Davis, and he takes the ball over to the 20-yard line before being pushed out of bounds.
See Carmel's defense moving around. They're in a 5-2 now defense. I'm sure they're expecting Ben Davis to be able to try to mix it up, try to throw the ball a little bit more. But it's going to be up to Carmel's defense right now is to stop Ben Davis on this series. Don't let them drive down the field like they did in the second quarter of the first half. I mean, that's ball control, and they cannot let Ben Davis have that much time with the ball.
Second down, 7 for the first. Heighten to Jeep Adams. First down and then some as he takes it near the 35-yard line. So the big fullback, Jeep Adams, averaging 7 yards a carry, and he rattled off at least 7 there, and it's a first down for BD.
Well, Dick Dullahan said that he was going to attack the left side over there, and that's where they're running the ball. And you see Jeep Adams, nobody even there. Defensively for Carmel, they just went to sleep over on that right side of the Carmel defense, and Jeep Adams sees it, finds that area over there, and gets the first down.
Ben Davis's ground attack has been a balanced arsenal this evening. Adams carries again. He's got a blocker in front of him, and that's Hogan. And finally brought down by Matt McGuire, but not before Jeep Adams rattles off more real estate.
Well, we were told before the game that that's what he wanted to do, is attack Carmel's right side of the defensive line, and that's what they're doing. Right now they're attacking. They started earlier in the game, but Carmel has to step it up over there on that side because right now they've got something going, and I wouldn't be surprised if Dick Dullahan just continued to run to that side and just keep pounding away over there, and until they stop him, then make a change.
Jeep Adams 42 yards on 7 carries. This time it's Hogan carrying the football, and he runs it into Carmel territory. They'll mark it at the 46. It's going to be second down and about 5.
Now you're seeing almost like the strength of Ben Davis right now. Their offensive line a little bit bigger than the defensive line for Carmel, and right now you see them sort of like almost muscling them and overpowering them, and Carmel has to come up, and when your defensive linemen start getting overpowered like this, it's up to the linebacker to start filling in there and try to make up for them.
Terry Tharp, number 21, into the backfield for the first time for Ben Davis tonight. He lines up in the fullback slot. Tony Shelby gets the football, not much running room. To the line of scrimmage, maybe, and it'll bring up third down.
Boy, good job up front. Just good penetration by number 60, Todd Wright. Watch him. He's a junior, and watch him to the top of your screen. He's defensive tackle. He's just going to penetrate, and on a play like this, a counter, penetration kills it right off the bat. He just goes in the backfield and makes the tackle. That's what it's going to take for this Carmel defense to get back in this game.
7-3, Ben Davis leads. Under 7.5 to play. Third quarter. Third down, they'll call it 6 for the first. Heighten, little play action and a roll. He's got a man, and that's going to be another first down as Terry Tharp is pushed out of bounds on the little screen pass into the flat. Ben Davis has had success with that tonight, Barry.
Yeah, they have, and it's because of the running game. It sets it up. Watch this play action. He fakes it over there on the counter again. This time he has the back out of the backfield, and nobody picks him up.
Ben Davis's quarterbacks, it seems like all the pass patterns have been very safe plays as the personal foul penalty goes against the Ben Davis Giants and against Carmel, so offsetting penalties. But Ben Davis's passing game has been very safe, conservative, but they throw the 5 or 6 yard pass and then let the back gain 10 yards after he catches it.
That's right, and Heighten's doing a good job with execution in his mechanics. He's constantly, even though the counter might go to the opposite side with the running back, he constantly goes ahead and follows through and finishes the play with like his hand on his hip, showing that he possibly could have the ball. And what that does is it sets up that kind of bootleg, that naked bootleg, where he goes ahead, and this time he does have the ball.
First and 10 from the 35. Tony Shelby carries the football, and Shelby had a lot of running room. Carmel needs to be very, very thankful that Todd Wright, the nose tackle, got a hand on Shelby. He might have saved the touchdown.
And if you watch before the play, you'll see number 60. See him down there, the defensive lineman. He's moving around a lot, and it looks like it's causing some problems. He gets on the front side of that center, and the center can't block him, and he goes down the line of scrimmage and makes the play. Good play by the defensive tackle. That's what it's going to take. Just moving around. You'll see him on the line of scrimmage. Watch the defensive tackle, number 60, move around before the play even gets snapped.
Second down. Heighton throws the football to Graham on the little wide receiver screen. He gets to the sidelines and is run out of bounds. A penalty flag has come in from the back as Graham takes it to the 26.
Samuel Morris, number 13. He's the defensive back, the corner out there. Came up and looked like he was in good position to make the tackle on that little quick screen, but he didn't make the play. And you got to come up, break down, get your head across, and make a good open field tackle, and he didn't do it. But fortunately for him, Ben Davis made a mistake.
Illegal block against the Giants, and Ben Davis marches backwards. Take a look at the play again.
See if we're going to see this clip. It'll probably be the defensive lineman. Yeah, we couldn't see anything, but see right there, good position. But the wide receiver, number 81, does a good job. Graham doing a good job avoiding that first tackler and coming upfield.
See if we can see it here on this different angle, Barry. Looking for a block below the knees or in the knee area. Maybe there it is, right there.
There you go. Good shot. Good camera job. Number 4 came back, and it's Michael Adams coming back inside. You can't hit below the waist, and that's another mental mistake by Ben Davis's offense.
5th penalty of the night for the Giants. That time Eric Heighton backed away from the center, and the center, Matt Cundiff, did not snap the ball. So either Heighton was going a little prematurely or Cundiff forgot the snap count. When the center forgets the snap count, you've got a problem.
Yeah, you got a major problem. The quarterback's going, whoops, I pulled out too quick.
I don't think it was Cundiff's fault, though, because
nobody else
was the only one moving. All the rest of the linemen.
And there's a lot of responsibility on the quarterback's shoulders. Heighton's thinking on the line of scrimmage. He's trying to read the defensive front for Carmel and also the defensive backs, and they're doing a lot of disguising downfield. So Heighton's not only thinking about what the coverage is in the front, but he's also got to think about the snap count.
Graham is split out wide to the left, and Walker to the right. Jeep Adams carries the football. He's got some running room. Brought down at the 30, finally. And again, that's Todd Wright with the tackle, and Wright's made a couple of big stops on Jeep Adams here in this drive.
Wright can't do it all himself. Watch this, just right up it through the heart of Carmel's defense, just straight ahead running, and that's man on man, and you see Wright come back downfield and try to make a play on it, but you've got to stop him up front. You've got to be able to jam up those holes, and right now Ben Davis is opening up a lot of holes, and Jeep Adams is finding them.
Good numbers for Adams tonight. Huge play here. It's 3rd and 5 for Ben Davis. Hogan on the carry. He's got the first down as he's belted as he crosses the 20. But it's another first down for Ben Davis, and the Giants seem to maybe be wearing Carmel out up front, Barry.
James Rowe, number 52, made a great block. Watch him on the right of your screen, number 52. Now watch him come down with his key block. Watch him hold the block. He sustains it long enough for Hogan to go ahead and get around him, but good job up front. Those are the kind of blocks that are making it happen for Hogan and also Shelby.
Hogan 52 yards rushing tonight. He's got the football and a couple of more yards. Still on his feet and finally brought down as he approaches the 15. Ben Davis has the ground game working, Barry, and Dick Delahan and Jim Belden talked to us before the game, and Belden told us, he said, we have got to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football, and that's where they're having a problem.
And he says the only question mark was defensively. They don't have the size up front, and you can see right now the size might be a factor because Ben Davis doing a good job at blocking up front, and you got to give a lot of credit also to Dick Delahan for the halftime adjustments. His coaching staff goes in there and says, hey, these defensive linemen are moving around. The first half caused us a little problems. What can we do to make the adjustments? And they're doing them right now.
Dick Delahan, 51 years old. He won a state championship back in 1978 when he was coaching, believe it or not, Carmel. Delahan, the only coach to win state championships at 2 different schools. Shelby on the carry. Looks for some running room. He takes it inside the 15 before being knocked down. It'll bring up 3rd down for the Ben Davis Giants. You're talking about Dick Delahan winning state titles at different schools, and Jim Belden knows all about winning state, and he's done it with some good defensive efforts.
Good position by Robinson, number 17. Now it's up to the cornerback to come up. Number 13, Samuel Morris, had come up and try to make a play, but Good defense across the board, but still they were able to get 2 or 3 yards out of that sweep.
Nice gang tackle from the Carmel defense, though, on Tony Shelby, who has now over 50 yards rushing. This Ben Davis drive started on their own 8-yard line, and now they've got it inside the 15. Jeep Adams with a little bit of running room. He's taking it inside the 10.
Boy, and the last thing you want to see, Vince, is your defensive backs coming up and making a lot of tackles, and that's what's happening right now. You see total dominance in this drive right now. They're in total control. Ben Davis is just going ahead and winning up front. Watch him right off the ball right now. It's just straight blocking, and you got defensive backs coming up trying to make plays. But right now you see just ball control by this Ben Davis offense. They're in rhythm. They know exactly what they're doing up front. They're making their adjustments, and they're executing.
Well, you said the key word there, rhythm, and you can really tell that the Ben Davis offense is in sync now when you have the first half to compare it to, or early in the first half, mainly the first quarter, when they obviously were not in rhythm. Dwayne Hogan carries the football and maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage on the 1st and goal from the 8, so it'll bring up 2nd and goal.
You know, one of the things about both of these coaches is they talked about it before the game, is that they're trying to confuse each other with a lot of different personnel, different formations. Delahan comes out with that 2 tight end, 2 back offense, and Carmel hasn't seen that from Ben Davis. But after the halftime, or just before halftime, it looked like Delahan had made the correct adjustments, and everybody sort of settled down for this Ben Davis football team, where during halftime they made those fine little adjustments, and right now they're paying off.
2nd down for Ben Davis. The pitch to Hogan. He's got Jeep Adams in front of him as a blocker. Hogan can't quite turn the corner, but he does get the ball down to about the 5-yard line, and it'll bring up 3rd and goal.
Well, he had a nice block down the field. Number 80, Walker, the wide receiver's out there trying to. You'll see another look at. Watch number 80 on the top of your screen. He's going to do a good job on that outside linebacker, but holds him up just enough for Hogan to get outside and pick up some yardage and make that defensive back, that corner, come up and try to make a tackle.
Hogan, 11 rushes, 60 yards. Good look there at Blaine Chassie, who has had to come up and support the run tonight. There's going to be a timeout on the field. Carmel wants to talk things over defensively with their back pressed against the wall. The Ben Davis Giants leading 7-3 on the Indy TV game of the week. Hey. We can, that number 49 on Ben Davis, if we ever get a chance, he plays on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. Kind of an interesting story. His brother was shot and killed earlier this year. Just a lot of different things we could talk about with him. He has the school record for weightlifting, I think, and yeah.
He's also the fastest guy on the team.
4.540.
That's pretty good for 6'2", 234.
Mm-hmm. You know, maybe we can do that later when he's on defense, whatever, but just something to keep in mind.
That's good.
Also, some interesting things about Jim Belden, too, if you guys are listening to us in the truck. You know, he had a heart attack last year, and he's quit smoking after 30 years, and some different things we could talk about with him that are kind of the, anecdotal nature. Is that a word?
Who?
Anecdotal.
Don't ask me. I butchered the English language.
Oh, yeah, well, one of the two.
Anecdotal.
Yeah, anecdotal. The fans on both sides of the stadium are on their feet as Ben Davis has the football, 3rd down from the 3-yard line. Their drive began on their own 8. The handoff, touchdown, very easy. Dwayne Hogan, but a penalty flag goes down. Now that was almost too easy for Hogan. Let's see what the flag indicates. It's against Carmel. Touchdown, Ben Davis. Hogan, Barry, I think even you with the bad wheel could have run through that hole.
Well, I talk about bad wheels. I don't think you got some great ones either. But what was pretty neat about that was that Ben Davis came out and the backs, I think, stayed up in the 2-point position, didn't even get down to 3-point, and they just ran a trap up the middle, and it was wide open. Take another look at it. Right, watch this trap up the middle. Just good blocking. Look at that. And he just cuts it back inside. He sees the hole. You're right. It did look easy. Even I could have gotten in there. Jeff
Poisel, the PAT is going to be a fake. The pass to Mims, and he caught it. Dick Delahan with a little foolery.
Well, I don't see how he came down with that ball. It looked like Carmel's defensive backs were all over Mims, but Mims goes up between 2 or 3 guys and comes down with the 2-point conversion. I'm surprised. I could have shot that baby. That looked like a wounded duck going up there.
And you see the AM on Mims's helmet there right above Giants? See where it says AM? Initials standing for his brother, Adeba Mims, who was shot and killed earlier this year. So a tragedy in Delbert's young life, but he puts the initials of his older brother on his helmet and goes out there and plays each game in his honor and in his memory. And I'm sure Adeba would be very proud of Delbert and his effort on that 2-point conversion. 15-3. Ben Davis. Here's the touchdown.
Watch this little play action. Well, this is the touchdown. Him cutting back inside. Look at that hole. That looked really good.
Trying to show you that PAT again as well, because Mims was in the middle of about 4 or 5 Carmel defenders and still somehow managed to bring that one down. Jeff Poisel's kickoff. If it's like any of the others, it'll go to the end zone. It does. Oh, poor Bobby Stevens, the return man for Carmel. He ought to just stand back in the end zone and wait for it to come to him. He's not going to have many chances tonight. Now there's the scoring drive, and boy, what a drive it was. 89 yards, time of possession 7:39. Barry, that is the drive that you want to just make a carbon copy of and put it on the field every time.
Well, those are very good numbers right there. When you're looking at this game from after the day after, you look at how you dominated. Those kind of drives will just kill you, and Carmel just could not stop Ben Davis. Ben Davis, 2 very good drives. I think that one 84-yard drive and now an 89-yard drive, and this defense for Carmel has to be tired.
Carrying the ball up the gut is Jim Lawhorn, the fullback for the Carmel Greyhounds. We really haven't seen Lawhorn bust loose tonight. He averages over 6 yards a carry and has scored 18 touchdowns for the Greyhounds this season.
Well, as big and as strong as he is, he still needs that offensive line up front to get some holes opened up. I mean, he can't do it himself. He can't even get going. This Ben Davis football team has just really done a great job up front, both offensively and also defensively, of neutralizing Carmel.
Lawhorn again on 2nd and 4. There's the running room we were talking about, and Lawhorn takes it across the 40, and that's his biggest gain of the night from the line of scrimmage, and the Carmel fans showing their appreciation.
Good run off tackle. You're going to see another shot of this. Good end zone shot. Now watch him. He'll run to our left, and the linebacker gets confused, doesn't see there, doesn't scrape, and there's Lawhorn. He gets that open field, and like we talked about in the opening, that he wants to go find the defensive back and run them over. My kind of football player, man.
Poor defensive backs. Gosh, Lawhorn weighs 250 pounds. That's a mismatch. 1st and 10 for the Greyhounds. Lawhorn again, the lone running back, and he carries the football, and he's going to be brought down by big Mark Zachary, the 6 foot, 255-pound junior.
Zachary doing a good job. He did a good job before the halftime getting penetration, but that's what a defensive lineman has to do. They got to get through those gaps, shoot the gaps. You'll see him now. Watch number 72. He'll shoot the gap in there and come up. Look at this. Just a good play. Good defensive surge by the defensive line, but good individual play by Zachary of getting through that hole and making the play in the backfield. I like that, because a lot of times the big defensive lineman gets the back one-on-one, and the back might juke him.
4 wide receivers for Carmel. The pass out into the flat on the quick little slant pattern to Jeff Wells, and Wells' 3rd reception of the season, the 6'1" senior.
And that'll loosen up the defense a little bit. Right now, Ben Davis does not respect the passing game of Carmel, and this is the way to do it. 2-step drop, you throw a slant pattern, you get the 1st down. Now the defense has to play a little bit more honest.
Scott French coming up from his cornerback slot to make the hit on Wells, and it's 2nd down and 6. for Carmel. Clay Walters 4 of 11 through the air tonight for just 26 yards. They're measuring for the first down to see if Carmel did indeed.
And he had some nice passes tonight. Just the receivers didn't come down with them. Right in their hands. A lot of them were caught in their chest. You can't do that. You got to catch them with your hands, and the ball bounces off their chest. But he did a good job at reading the blitz by Ben Davis one time and throwing a nice pass. But again, the receiver doesn't come down with it. So he had a lot of drop balls tonight.
Well, Ben Davis marched straight down the field for a touchdown, and now Carmel is doing the same. The Greyhounds moving the football quite well. It's marked at the 50. Under 30 seconds to play, third quarter. One running back and 4 receivers behind the quarterback, Walters. There's the handoff to Lawhorn. Jeep Adams up from his linebacker spot to make the hit. Adams giving up 25 pounds, but he made a good stop there.
Well, Ben Davis figures on first down they're going to run the ball. So what they do is they bring their safeties up on the line of scrimmage. They have like an 8-man box up there and take their linebackers and shoot the gaps. And that's what happens. And it was successful for the Ben Davis football team to go ahead and blitz on that down.
12 minutes, all that stands between Ben Davis and a perfect regular season. The fourth quarter is coming up next on the Indy TV Game of the Week.
That's pretty good. I only have fingers.
What's going on out there, Byron?
On behalf of the boys and girls Ben Davis cross-country team, that at 9 a.m. the IHSAA cross-country sectional competition will begin here at Ben Davis. We wish the Giants, coaches Williams and Wilhelm, good luck.
How's your baby?
Good. Yeah, good. Very well. I talked to Trudy today, and she said, though, she had the day from hell because she took them both with her to the store.
Oh, good.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, she said if...
Indy TV's Game of the Week is brought to you by Synchrony STS Seed and Herbicide System, the Bean Machine.
The first play of the fourth quarter, Carmel with the football on the move. It's second down and 9 for the Greyhounds just into Ben Davis territory. Clay Walters being pressured, and he's going to be brought down. Excellent defensive play. The Ben Davis Giants, Kyle Moffitt, the free safety, coming in on the blitz for the quarterback sack.
And here comes the heat. Ben Davis goes ahead and sells it out. You're going to see him come from the right side. Nobody even picks him up. He just comes free. Good call by Ben Davis, and he gets his hand on his jersey. He's able to wrap him up and bring him down, but that's a big play.
Kyle Moffitt had a blocked punt in the win over Lake Central. In fact, he's blocked 3 different kicks this season. The block punt against Lake Central, the very next play, Dwayne Hogan took it in for a touchdown, and it turned out to be the go-ahead score. So he's made some big plays for the Giants this year. Here's the screen trying to be set up to Bobby Stevens. Pass is incomplete, brings up a fourth down. Jim Belden not happy with the offensive execution of that particular play. And here's a look at the numbers after 3 quarters, and Barry Krause, the rushing yards really jumping out at you.
Yeah, that's total dominance right now. And look at the bottom, possession time. 23:50 to only 12. I mean, that's almost double, twice as much. And that'll kill you every time. It's having your defense out on the field way too long. And on the other side of it, that's what you want. You want your offense out there to make more opportunities for themselves to score.
Darren Graham fields the punt on a fair catch, and Ben Davis will take over 1st and 10 with a 15-3 lead here just underway in the fourth quarter. Remind you to fire up your Indy TV next Friday night for the high school football game of the week. First round sectional action. Hamilton Southeastern battling Muncie South Friday night at 7:30. So note the time change. The game is at 7:30, and also the day change with the playoffs having now arrived once we finish tonight's regular season finale. So it's next Friday at 7:30. And Hamilton Southeastern, outstanding club. We saw them earlier in the season. Coach Rob Cutter's ball club has yet to lose a game. And remember, Hamilton Southeastern, Barry, their kicker had the 55-yard field goal, remember?
And that's even with a high snap, and it looked like maybe the rhythm might be off. No, he puts it down and kicks it through, and he even had a little bit of room at the end.
Look forward to seeing him again next Friday night. Remind you too about our Midnight Madness coverage of the IU basketball program tomorrow night. Starts at 11:30 as you go a good look at Old Glory and the stiff breeze in the sky tonight, even shaking the cameras on top of the press box. The old Midnight Madness tomorrow night as you look at the first downs, and Ben Davis dominating the game against Carmel. Bob Knight gave us the red carpet tour today of the facilities, and we look forward to showing that to you tomorrow night. I know you basketball fans won't want to miss it. Kind of a behind-the-scenes look that people don't get a chance to see.
I almost didn't think you were going to make it there, Vince, coming from Bloomington.
Well, we took the corporate plane, landed just in time here on the west side. In time to do the game. Never fear. First down play, Jeep Adams carrying. And there's Clark back into the ball game as the quarterback, or now, excuse me, I'm sorry, he's in the wide receiver position. But he looks over and looks at the signals when they motion them in too, Barry.
Yeah, it's always good to have a couple guys watching, because sometimes maybe the signal caller might get dinged, and you know, if you got somebody else that can help, go ahead and pass that along.
Thought maybe that's in case the quarterback decides to change the play. The coach always has a backup. Somebody else knows the play. Shelby certainly does. Look at him pick up some turf. Gets the first down. Ben Davis starting to move the football again. He'll spot it at the 33. Great crowd tonight here on the west side. A standing room only. Both sides of the bleachers are full.
So this is the play designed to go outside. You see a good block on the outside linebacker, and now it's up to the running back just to go ahead and split those two blockers and take it upfield. But right now you see Ben Davis just doing a good job at dominating on the line of scrimmage.
First and 10 for quarterback Eric Heighton and the Giants. Hand off to the second back, Shelby out of the eye, and Shelby 14 rushes now for 61 yards.
I do like that number 60 from Carmel, number 60, Todd Wright. If you see him just before the snap of the ball, he's the guy down in the trenches moving around, and he's doing a good job. He lined up a head up on the guard, and then he moved over head up on the center. Then on the snap of the ball, he shoots the gap. Watch him. Now he goes back to the gap that he's responsible for, gets upfield and causes disruption, confusion back there, and the running back has nowhere to go. But he's still hanging in there, hammering away up front, and now he just needs some more support from the other defensive players. He's doing a good job.
Heighton, oh, wide open. Heighton had a man wide open on the perfect fake. The cornerback bit on it, and Doriel Walker, there wasn't a defender within 15 yards of him.
Well, you can't ever go to sleep against this Ben Davis offense. Watch Heighton right now, pump fake. Boom, fake it. All right, that means the corner just bit on it. The receiver just goes right around him, and he's wide open down the sideline. And Walker did a good job at selling that little out pattern.
Well, and I'll tell you another guy that did a good job, and that's Eric Heighton, because he faked that very well. He looked to the right, spun around to the left, gave it a good pump fake, and then went up top for 32 yards to Doriel Walker.
And in his own defense, the corner sees that, and he goes ahead and bites on that too. He sells it, trying to make a play up there, and then Walker does a good job of just getting around him, getting down the field.
Jeep Adams carrying the football, brought down by Jeremy Bricker, the Carmel linebacker, 6-foot senior. Jeep Adams limping a little bit towards the sidelines now, and the trainer goes out to meet him. Maybe just a twisted ankle slightly.
And you kind of wonder if that was communicated in the huddle to Heighton. maybe Walker just comes in and goes, hey, look, this corner's been biting on every time. I've been doing like little hookups, and it's there. Let's take it. And that's communication between the quarterback and the wide receiver, and then going ahead and executing it.
2nd down and 7. 3 wide receivers in the game for Ben Davis. Heighton intended for Clark. It's intercepted. Well, one quarterback throwing it for another, and it is picked off. Carmel making the big play defensively, and the Giants' offensive drive is thwarted. Carmel delivers the turnover, but they've got some comeback work to do. The Giants top ranked and in the lead on the game of the week.
18-yard line.
Hey, can we see this interception coming out of the break?
I want to see this replay again, yeah. Well, that's the pressure by number 56 right there. That was the guy who did it. 56D, is that Sam Everard?
No, that'd be
Billy Brown?
Billy Brown.
Billy Bob and Billy Brown.
I think D means dark. Dark jerseys. Oh, probably, I'm guessing.
All right. Oh, yeah, I like that. I like that end zone. Give me that end zone shot right there. Billy Brown.
He should be playing at Alabama. No, he needs a Bob in there, doesn't he?
It's Billy Bob Brown.
That's an Alabama player
Billy
there.
Bob, Billy Joe Brown. That's it, Billy Joe. Billy Joe, he chews tobacco and dip snuffs during the game. Yeah, he would be worthy.
Kraus, the cornerback, Sam Morris gets credited for the interception, but I think you've got to look at the defensive pressure that we see from the Carmel pass rush that really makes the play here.
Watch the left of your screen, number 56. Now, he's not fooled by this bootleg, and he gets up in his face, in Heighton's face, just enough to make Heighton throw over him, and he doesn't. He goes ahead and forces that ball in there, and that's what turnovers are about. It's getting pressure up front, not being fooled, doing what you're supposed to do, getting in the face of the quarterback, and then the quarterback throws it up, and your defensive back looks good. See, that happened to me all my career. Every time I get in the face of the quarterback.
What, just the defensive back ended up looking good, right?
Yeah, he looked good. But that's okay. That's, you know, the coaches know that. And,
we'll check on the Jeep Adams injury with Kevin McGrath in just a moment. But first, let's look at this 2nd down and 3 play for the Carmel Greyhounds. Little misdirection to Bobby Stevens. Is he going to find some running room? He takes it across the 40. That'll be good enough for the 1st down. And now let's check in with Kevin. Kevin?
Well, Vince, Jeep Adams twisted his right ankle. They took the tape off, and they're retaping it right now. He should be back to play after they get it taped up. But the trainer was a little bit upset with him because he was not tying his shoes that tight. He thought that might have had a reason why his ankle was twisted.
Well, it's you don't see a twisted ankle too often when it's already taped, but they give him a better tape job, and I don't think you're going to be able to keep Jeep Adams out of this game. He's played a good role.
You know, one of the things that never did slow me down a bit, I mean, a lot of players in the NFL do it, but they wear a lot of high tops, and that helps not only the tape, but also helps reinforce on the outside.
Stevens, they fake the reverse, and Walters is going downfield. He had a man open, but Trissler could not get to it in time, and it's incomplete.
Well, that was a nice play. They did that before now, earlier in the year, so Ben Davis knew that would possibly show up in this game, but that was well executed, but it was just overthrown.
Now look, they sent Stevens in motion to the far side, and now he comes right back again on the misdirection to fake the reverse, and Walters has all day to throw this.
There he goes, and he just goes ahead and just overthrows it. If he just laid it up there a little bit longer and let him run underneath it, but he overthrew it.
Walters 4 of 13 for just 26 yards. 2nd down and 10. 7 minutes to play in the game, and Ben Davis leads 15-3. Carmel's got a lot of comeback work to do ahead of him. Aaron Keening cannot bring it down. Pass off his fingertips, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down.
Fired that a little bit too hard and a little bit too high. He had the defense exactly where he wanted him. By using a play action pass, what it does is it holds the linebackers. The linebackers can't get back there and disrupt those intermediate routes. And there, watch this. This ball's right there, just a little bit overthrown. But see, there wasn't anybody even around him. Good execution by Carmel with the play-action pass. Just didn't finish it.
Clay Walters, 6'5", tall quarterback, can see over the offensive and defensive fronts, but he cannot escape them when they're coming 3 deep, or can he? Finally driven out of bounds. Nice hit over there on the sideline by Jason Holock of the Giants, but Clay Walters pulling a little magic act to getting out from away from that pass rush.
Boy, I hope we get another replay of this. Watch this. It'll be like bringing the heat. Now watch the linebacker stacked up on top of the right. Now watch him go outside. Now watch him come back inside. Nobody even picks him up, and that's enough to make the quarterback, in this case, so Walters, bring the ball back down and then try to hustle himself out of bounds. But I'm sure he didn't appreciate that last hit. I'm sure he was trying to get out of bounds before he got hit.
Good look at Darren Graham. And then there's Seifert, the punter. Graham will field it at the 26. Across to the 30, and that's it. Carmel doing a nice job on the punt team to get down there and make the tackle and the stop. Credit the hit to David Clydens. Strong safety defensively, and a good look at Dick Delahan, the coach of the Ben Davis Giants, and what a great career it's been. Delahan, the first coach from Indiana ever to be named National Coach of the Year. He's had some great talent come through this West Side High School.
And Vince, Ben Davis's defense did it again. Now Carmel had just looked like he had just gotten into a nice little rhythm, but Ben Davis on that 3rd down and long situation comes with the blitz, and the linebacker puts enough pressure on the quarterback Walters that now he can't see the receivers downfield. But again, the good defense by Ben Davis is shutting down Carmel's offense.
Tony Shelby takes it to the 35, and then his gang tackle. Barry, at this point in the game, if you're Carmel, do you look to tackle the football a little bit more? Because you've got to make something happen here, trailing by 12 with just 6 minutes to play.
Well, defensively, I'm sure Jim Belden is not too happy with this defense. I like that kid right now. He's been doing a good job, but got to make things happen. You got to create your own opportunities. And this defense for Carmel's been out on the field too long. They've got to be able to suck it up and shut down those long scoring drives, and Ben Davis is just dominating. So they have to go ahead and try to make something happen, maybe cause a turnover by tackling the ball.
Dwayne Hogan is upended before he can get to the 40-yard line, and it will be 3rd down and about 3 for the first. See where they mark the football. Jeep Adams back into the ball game after having that ankle retaped. And you take another look at Dick Delahan, who was an assistant at Purdue for 3 years after leaving Carmel, and then following his stint at Purdue, he went to Army with Jim Young and served as the offensive coordinator, and then returned to Ben Davis.
And when he left Carmel, they called him up and said, hey, who do you suggest be the head coach at Carmel? And he suggested this guy at Noblesville named Jim Belden, and
the rest is history.
There you go.
Nice tackle there from Ben Falk, the defensive end. Number 28 for the Carmel Greyhounds, making the hit.
He's had a pretty good game too. That's what this defense has to do. Get some plays in the backfield, but get the ball out somehow. Look at this. Watch this. Now he'll come through right through that little line there.
Hogan didn't have anywhere to run.
No, good jam. Good defensive surge by the defensive lineman for Carmel.
4th down. There's a good look at Falk, the senior. Matt Clark deep for the punt, and Bobby Stevens will fall back deep to receive for Carmel. Clark kind of shanks it off the side of his foot, and then it takes a big Carmel bounce and will finally be down at the 45. That punt really goes only about 10 yards, so the Greyhounds will take over 1st and 10 in Ben Davis territory, but Carmel needs to generate some offense. They're on the short end of the score on the NDTV Game of the Week.
I want to see the replay on that punt. Who that is, please, if I could. I'd love to see it. Watch how long he takes to punt this ball. Go ahead, run it. Let's take a look at it. Watch how long. Oh, he didn't really get it blocked.
No, he didn't get it blocked, and he just shanked
it. Ooh, field position for Carmel.
Let's bring Lacey Kestner in for some halftime analysis here, Barry. Lacey,
what do you think?
Reminder to our Giant fans, you're tuning into the postgame show
Yeah, I mean, let's do the end zone shot of him. Yeah, right there. See if you can slow it down as his foot hits the ball. See if we can talk about the shank. See if you can slow it down to the shank. See if you can see it off the side of his foot. Oh, right there. Yeah. That's good. That's not bad, huh? Comes off the side of his foot. I mean, you want it on the side of your foot, but you want more foot. Yeah, that's great.
Right.
Go ahead, Vince. I mean, if you want to go.
How long was that punt?
Oh, we are good.
Well, Ben Davis punts the ball away to Carmel. It's only about a 10-yard punt, and we'll see why here, Barry.
Now watch this. Now he lays the ball up in the air, and he kicks it off the side of his foot. Now he wants it off the side of his foot, but he wants more contact. And in here, now watch this. Boom, just off the side of his foot.
Almost up around his ankle,
missed it.
too.
Yes, almost missed it and shanked it. And now Carmel has great field position. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Huge offensive series here for the Carmel Greyhounds, trailing by 12, and they take over 1st and 10 at the Ben Davis 46. Walters wasting little time and calling his own number on the quarterback draw, and he carries it down to the 40-yard line.
And you see Carmel come out with a 4-wide receiver set, try to spread the defense out, and then run a quarterback draw, but it didn't really fool Ben Davis very much. They got those linebackers stacked, and they came up and made the play.
Clay Walters, of course, with 6'5", pretty decent basketball player as well for the Carmel Greyhounds. And you look there at Jeep Adams, number 23, the linebacker for the Ben Davis Giants, team high 6 sacks on the season. Walters hands off to Lawhorn. Lawhorn with some running room, getting into the secondary and finally being brought down at about the 25.
And that was a great read, a great call by Carmel, because Ben Davis was coming with the blitz on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now, from the bottom of your screen, here comes the blitz on the bottom side, but they run the play on the opposite side. Good blocking up front for Carmel, and then you let the big guy do his thing, just running over people, man. Look at that. He's just grinding it out.
Lawhorn, 7 carries, 51 yards. 2 wide outs and 2 tight ends for Carmel. Lone setback, and Walters will throw. Looking downfield, he's got a man wide open. Touchdown, Bobby Stevens. Well, when you diagram a play, you can only hope that your receiver will be that wide open. I would say that was either a blown assignment or that play fooled Carmel badly.
Well, Carmel came out with 4 wide receivers set in this series. Now, this time they put 3 receivers to one side. Now, I think the defender trips and falls because there's a couple of receivers downfield, and the defender just tripped. We'll take another look at that. Hopefully we can see that, but the defender looked like he tripped. He got caught up with another defender because the routes really crossed downfield, and that's what happens when you're man-to-man. You actually pick each other off the play.
Mark Tapple will kick the extra point. He does so successfully, and the game has tightened 15-10. Ben Davis leading Carmel, but the Greyhounds are now within a touchdown of the lead. Take a look, another look at the touchdown pass.
See if we can see downfield. They had the 3 wide receivers. They all went on different types of routes, and they were crisscrossing down the field. And this is what happens is if you run your route correctly, this is the result. A little confusion down there from Ben Davis's defensive backs of picking up the receivers.
Walters had a long time to throw the football, too, and if you continue to give him that kind of pass protection, more often than not, he's going to complete the pass. Here's the scoring drive, and Carmel did exactly what it needed to. Score quickly. Took just a minute 15 to go 46 yards, and it's capped by the 25-yard touchdown pass from Walters to Stevens. That's Walters' 9th touchdown strike of the campaign, and Stevens has caught 8 of those touchdown passes. And now here is Mark Tapple to kick it away. Carmel is within a touchdown. Remember, Ben Davis went for 2 earlier in the game after the touchdown, and they converted the 2-point conversion on the pass to Delbert Mims, so now it's a 5-point game. The kick is deep and into the end zone. Ben Davis will start on the 20. 1st and 10 for the Ben Davis Giants with 3:11 to play in the ball game, and BD protecting its #1 ranking, its perfect regular season record, and a 5-point lead here in the final minutes. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 11:30, NDTV takes you to the heart of Hoosier hysteria. Tune in as Bob Knight and the Indiana Hoosiers open their basketball campaign officially with the first practice of the season. And as Coach tells me, I don't call it Midnight Madness. That's something you people come up with. But it will be practice just the same. And we must admit that Coach Knight treated us very graciously today in Bloomington, gave us the red carpet tour of the locker room facilities, and you'll see that tomorrow night during our 90-minute IU college basketball special as the Hoosiers tip off their practice season with the first session of the year.
Boy, I love working with really professional people.
The way I lost that promo
you handled
card
that
right out the window.
The wind just gusted. The wind gusted that promo card away, and you just continued it. You were just smooth through that.
If the folks at home would only see half the things that happen behind the scenes, right? Oh, plenty of running room from Jeep Adams. Adams with a big hole to run through. He motors down to the 39, and it's a first down for the Giants.
Well, you look at Carmel and you say, okay, offensively, you got it done. You got it in the end zone. Now the defense, you got to step it up. Now they look good on the one series, but look at that hole. Good blocking up front. Number 55, Mike Turley, doing a good job up front, sealing off the linebacker, and that was another hole that possibly you and I could probably cruise through.
Together.
Wow.
Jeep Adams, 79 yards on 11 carries. What I've liked about Ben Davis's running attack tonight is Dick Delahan has distributed the ball fairly evenly, and you really don't know who's going to get it, and just about every player that has touched it for the Giants has run with it quite well. There's another handoff up the middle. This time it's Dwayne Hogan.
But you do have an idea where the ball's going to go, and it's to the left of Ben Davis, to the right defensive side of the Carmel defense. He has seen something in the scouting report and also the films that he wants to run to that side of Carmel, and right now it's been very successful.
Look at Jim Belden, and Jim feeling a lot better this year. Remember, in May he had a mild heart attack, had a little maintenance work done to the old pumper in there, and he gave up his cigarette habit of 30 years, and he's feeling a little bit better, but I'm guessing he would probably wouldn't have to smoke about now. The nerves are probably getting to him a little bit with under 2 minutes to play and down by 5.
I think the worst thing he had to give up was the Java.
Yes.
I mean, the coffee. I don't know how anybody can even live without coffee. I saw a bumper sticker on a bumper, and it said, "Is there really life before the first cup of coffee?" And I don't know.
I don't know either, Barry. There's another guy that's been very successful in his coaching career, standing on the other side of his assistants. There's Dick Delahan, and oh, what a great program Dick has built up here at Ben Davis. 4 state championships. He's beaten Carmel 5 times since coming over here to the west side. And in that stretch, Delahan has gotten, or the Belden has gotten the better of Delahan, beating Dick 7 times, but it's a pretty close series, and Delahan looks like he might even it up or come a step closer to evening it up tonight. Hogan carrying the football, stopped for a loss. The Ben Davis fans wanted to see a face mask. Let's see if indeed Hogan's face mask is grabbed.
Watch number 77, Matt Robinson. He comes through and gets a hold of him and just brings him down. No, he didn't. He's got his jersey. No face mask. Just a good play. But, you know, when you're talking about Dick Delahan and also Jim Belden, they both do a great job with their programs. And when a football player makes this football team, you know, you have to step it up, and it's the atmosphere that they have created with these programs of winning. And that's what's exciting, is taking these young kids and developing and instilling winning in their lives.
There's Delbert Mims. Speaking of a winner, he's got the first down and then some, being driven out of bounds, and that might have been the backbreaker, as Ben Davis earns itself 4 more offensive plays with Delbert Mims first down run. 63 seconds to play in the game.
Yeah, if you looked at a play that hurt really bad, this is one. Look at it. He pulls the guard in the tackle, and he goes around the end right there. Just a good job of powering through those blockers.
You ask, how do they give the tight end the ball on a sweep? Well, Mims runs a 4.5 40, so he's got the speed to get around the corner, and then he's also got the power to knock down the littler guys once he turns the corner.
And that's like an extra back in the backfield. All he did was he pulled behind the tackle and the guard, which is incredible. He's got a lot of speed.
Dwayne Hogan still on his feet. He's brought down at the 31, and Ben Davis senses the victory now as we are under a minute. This is the best time, isn't it, Barry, when you know really you've got it in the bag unless you screw up something
That's
big,
right.
because you really get to enjoy the sense of victory.
Yeah, it's exciting, and it's been a clean game, and it's come down to a physical game which they expected it would become, and obviously they know that the winner of this game has a good chance of winning the state championship, and it starts right now, and really Ben Davis has played a heck of a game, and so has Carmel, but Ben Davis has been able to hold it together and sustain some long drives on this Carmel defense.
Tony Shelby is one of the reasons Ben Davis has been successful tonight. Penalty flags down as Shelby takes the ball inside the 30. We'll see what the linen on the field indicates. There's Don Nestor giving us the call. We should mention the rest of the officiating crew tonight. Don Nestor, Jim Fish, Bill Burgess, Dave Bugard, and my friend Jeff Haney doing a nice job out there. The crew has done an excellent job this evening. Ben Davis being marched backwards, but at this point, Barry, 17 seconds left on the clock. It's all elementary.
Yeah, just hold on to the ball. Don't take any chances, and you got yourself a win. But this Carmel defense has to be tired. They've been out on the field a long time, and it's not because they haven't been trying. They've been doing a lot of good things, getting a lot of penetration. But Ben Davis's offensive line has just won it up front, and that's been the difference in the game.
Eric Heighton takes a knee, and the final seconds tick off the clock. Ben Davis has completed the regular season with a perfect record. The Giants are 8-0. They did it in front of a sellout crowd of more than 7,000 fans tonight. On senior night, the Giants defeat rival Carmel 15-10. Ben Davis, Coach Dick Delahan shaking hands with Carmel coach Jim Belden. Two good friends, two guys who have a lot of respect for one another, both personally and what they have done with their programs. The players congratulate one another, shake hands, and it's Ben Davis preserving the perfect regular season mark with the 15-10 win over Carmel. And if there's any doubt at all about Ben Davis being number one, you better stand up and speak now. The playoffs are next. We'll be back to wrap things up in just a moment. BD, the winner over Carmel. Is he going to be with Kevin here? Okay. 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 Key stats. Any key stats we can know here? Yeah, I know, but we can just mention Hogan.
How about that running yardage?
Yeah, maybe rushing yardage.
Rushing and also time of possession.